PLD Projects presents Holy Snokes, a Star Wars podcast featuring PLD and Matty Gunner. May the Force be with you, always. Salutations, everybody. Welcome back to an episode of Holy Snokes, our first in a little bit. I am PLD here on the PLD Projects Network. With me, as always, my hetero life mate and partner and co-pilot, Matty Gunner. How you doing, my friend?
Salutations. Good.
What's going on, my friend?
Not much, dude. Honestly, not a whole bunch of a lot. I had a little adventure over the summer, which was cool. Life caught up to me, so now just chilling here with my buddy talking Star Wars. How about you?
Same. I've had life hitting me left and right, so I've had some schedule issues here and there. But I'm bobbing and weaving. It's not about how hard you get hit; it's how hard to take a hit and move forward. The whole Rocky thing, and I like that. Star Wars has been with me,
which is actually kind of bullshit.
That is a bullshit.
I can speak from experience. It is about how hard you get hit. It is very much about how hard you get hit.
But then you move forward. Can you still return the fire? Come on.
Learn to move your fucking head for a start.
That's true. That's true. It's better if you don't get hit. I guess that's the best way to say it. Yeah, you can take a hit.
As Floyd Money Mayweather would say, hit and don't get hit.
There you go. I like that too. But if you're new to the channel, you can hit like and subscribe. We are kind of an irregular podcast recently. We've had some schedule issues, but we're trying to go every other week. We did recently change our format, kind of. Whereas like every other week, every other episode, I'm going to be doing a news bit. Every other episode, Matty will join us doing more thematic stuff, more review. And of course, we'll be doing reviews as shows come out. Like this week, a show came out, Rebuild the Galaxy from the Pieces of the Past, the Lego Star Wars, which we're going to talk about. But we did get hijacked with some news bits that did come in that I don't want to wait another 2 weeks to talk about. So I'm roping Matty in, even though he doesn't love to do news. I'm roping Matty in to do a little bit of a news.
I got the message. It was like, hey, we got one or two news bits. I was like, Jesus. He's hoodwinked me. He's got me in. He's got me in. But we will have the announcement of a kind of offshoot, if you will, of the podcast towards the end. At the end, but it's gonna be fun. It's with class action being on a hiatus at the minute. It's a cool way, I think, that we can bridge the two together. So
I think so. I'll let you announce it at the end as you.
I did come up with the name, so
So we'll let you do that for sure. But let's get right into it. We are going to talk about the news bits first, and then we'll briefly talk about Rebuild the Galaxy, because I kind of mentioned this off air. It's kind of funny. You get this coming out, Rebuild the Galaxy, the Lego stuff. It's always fun, but it's not a whole lot to like sit there and break down and review. You're not finding deep thematic, like resonating bits and pieces. It's more like a quick bit of, this is my favorite part. Oh, I like this bit. This was funny, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's like that kind of thing, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I like. But I enjoyed it, and I think we'll have a fun time talking about it. And I hope we get more, because they are always fun. But let's get into the news bits this week. The first one I'll talk about is, I'm not going to go right into the big one. I'm going to save that for the end. Some news that we haven't talked about, since my last news episode. I'll get Matty's, approval and comments on some of these.
He ran it by the North Korean censors.
I did, and North Korean censors allowed it. Matty said he would comment on some of them at least, and have something to say perhaps. But let's go out the first one. We got Ahsoka season 2 is already filming, but we did find out what directors we have, and we do know which directors are directing which episodes for the most part. There is a possibility of an unknown
we know which directors are directing. I was like, I'm pretty sure that's the whole point.
We're directing which episodes. There we go. So here we go. Last we heard in July, 4 directors were involved in Ahsoka. We had Dave Filoni, obviously. We had Bryce Dallas Howard, which is her first venture into Ahsoka, which kind of surprised me. I kind of forgot that she hadn't done season 1 of Ahsoka, but she is our goddess and she is our queen, and we're happy to have her directing more Star Wars as far as I'm concerned.
Give her a fucking movie already, please.
I hope so. Newcomers Jennifer Getzinger, who have directed episodes of Agent Carter, Daredevil, Jessica Jones, and Westworld, which is interesting.
You had me at Daredevil.
That's what I'm saying. Honestly, the funny thing about that is, with PJ and I on our Patreon, I'm doing the MCU rewatch. I'm doing a giant MCU rewatch of all the films, and
including the Netflix shows.
In between the films, I'm watching the Netflix, all the shows. Like we're only covering the movies, but like I'm watching the whole thing in order. Like as far as the reversal, like there's a movie, all the stuff in release order, what happened in between. So like I'm using like 40 episodes in like 2 weeks of like Agents of Shield. And we're getting to that. I literally just
Agents of Shield is pretty fucking great.
It is pretty impressive. I just finished Agents of Shield season 3. I'm very, very happy to continue. I never actually finished that. I stopped in like season 2 when it was around. And now I'm going forward about it.
If they do the whole Battle Earth thing and that's the Ghost Rider they bring back,
that'd be great.
I'm gonna be pissed.
Oh, okay, pissed. You don't like that one?
When we've got Nick Cage as Ghost Rider, are you kidding me?
That's fair. Okay, that's fair. You could have both.
Have him come back as both Spider-Man Noir.
I mean, Nick Cage.
Ghost Rider.
If I'm correct, Nick Cage was Johnny Blaze. Isn't this guy Robbie Reyes? So they could have both Ghost Riders.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, we could have both. I like what you're doing.
I know, I see that. But it's funny about Jennifer Getzinger, going back to that, because I just recently watched Agent Carter. I watched Daredevil season 1. I watched Jessica Jones season 1. So I watched a bunch of her recently. And of course, Westworld with Ed Harris, I've watched that a bunch of times. So I know all about her. I'm excited to have her in the Star Wars universe for sure. And the final name was Anders Engstrom, who did episodes of C, Percy Jackson and the Olympians, which I did watch, and I enjoyed all those. And
that's the show, right?
The show, yep.
I need to watch that because I really enjoyed Percy Jackson.
Yeah, it's a fun show. I really appreciate it. I can't wait for the next season to come out. It says here in this article, we knew that 2 of the directors were assigned to 3 of the episodes, and now we have a clear picture of who's handling what. According to IMDb, Getzinger is directing the 2nd and 3rd episodes. Bryce Dallas Howard is directing the 4th and 5th episodes. Engstrom is directing the 6th and 7th episodes, which leaves the 1st and the 8th. Now, that would lead you to believe that Dave Filoni would be directing the 1st and 8th. That would make sense. I'll leave it out there. There's the potential that there's an unknown director we haven't heard about yet that's doing one of them. But I would bet that's Dave doing 1 and 8. But what are your thoughts on this directing crew and where they are?
Well, I didn't really know who they were until you told me who they were. My one beef with the Daredevil Netflix show is it gets all the credit for the hallway fight scenes. Like none of you like uncultured swines have ever watched Old Boy.
I've watched Old Boy, of course.
You've watched Old Boy. I know. We've talked about Old Boy.
Yes, indeed.
Like, guys, the hallway fight scene came from Old Boy, not Daredevil.
Right.
But that inclines me to believe we're going to get some form of a hallway fight scene in Ahsoka, which I'm more than okay with.
Oh, yeah, me too. Absolutely.
Bryce Dallas Howard, I mean, what can you say? Always a winner. Like, she's great. She should be doing a movie. She should be, in my opinion, she should be doing a trilogy. But having Dave start and end the story makes sense. Yeah.
I like it. I think it's the best way to do it at this point. I do. My Ahsoka has always been an interesting thing for me because Dave just loves the character so much, loves the story so much. He takes on so much himself.
Little too much.
That's my point as well. I feel like he should have had. I don't like the fact that he writes the entire thing himself. He always did his best work with like a writer's room. That's where we had Simon Kinberg directing, like writing the great episodes of Rebels. He should have a hand in it. But Dave's a little George-ish in a way. He has these great stories. Doesn't always have the best dialogue or way to get there. He's kind of got that great storytelling vibe and everything else, but he needs a little help to kind of like put it all together as an episode of TV. So I would like to see him do more. I'm hoping them and the directors will help him out with that. But this is like I said, Bryce Dallas Howard, brilliant director, no Star Wars like the back of her hand. And the other 2, I know, at least Jennifer, I know, has done very good work. So I'm hoping with this team that there's a little more collaboration that this can be.
Did it say what episode of Daredevil she did?
Does not. I didn't get a chance to look that up either, unfortunately. I had it written down somewhere, but I can't find that note now. But we'll look into it. But I love pretty much every episode of Daredevil, so I'm not too.
He's great.
So
Born Again too.
Yeah, Born Again too. I can't wait for season 2.
Have you watched Daredevil Born Again?
I have indeed. I have indeed. Great. I love, how much I love Benson and Moorhead. And now season 2 is going to be more like, because Benson and Moorhead took over midway through after they had shot a lot. So I'm really like second season is going to be more full on Benson and Moorhead, and I can't wait for that for sure. So, but yeah, so it's exciting news for Ahsoka. Can't wait to get more than that.
I want Vincent D'Onofrio in Star Wars.
Yes, I would love that. I would love Vincent D'Onofrio in Star Wars. He would handle that up. I could see him as like gangster,
playing as like a dude.
A Dryden Voss kind of character.
Mouth. Yeah.
Right.
Or a Hutt. He's a big dude.
Or a Hutt, yeah, absolutely. He is a big
dude. Play it. We've got one jacked Hutt. Have a second one.
Absolutely. All right, next up we got the first Star Wars Starfighter behind the scenes photo was released, and I'm assuming you took a look at this at one point when it came out.
Which one is it? Are we talking about the black and white one or the one in the middle of the Mediterranean Ocean?
In the middle of I went looks one that looks like they're remaking Waterworld.
Yeah.
Waterworld, yeah. Yeah, it looks like Waterworld.
Waterworld or Castaway?
Or Castaway. The little kid's named Wilson. Is that what it's going to be?
That would be sick. Because from like what it looked like he was holding on to, maybe it was just the way they're shooting it. They're gonna have just like the handlebars. You know how like they'll shoot a car scene, they'll have the front of the car, and then all the rest of it is green screen. Maybe they're just gonna like have the front of the ship and the rest of it they'll previs in. But I don't know. It looked like he was kind of stranded on the water somewhere.
It did. You know what's funny? Somebody brought it up, and I always like hesitate talking about this because of discourse. I mean, the division between EU and not. He does kind of look like Ryan Gosling. Kind of looks like Cade Skywalker a little bit. Legacy, those Legacy comics.
I really hope they don't go the Cade Skywalker route. Like,
I don't think they will. I don't think they will.
They probably won't. But like, something in my soul is just saying like, don't even risk it.
It could be one of those like cherry picked nods. Like not Cade Skywalker, but Cade
It'd be
Skywalker
Cade something.
You know what I mean? Like the same character, but I don't think they'll go to the person, make him a descendant of Luke at all, probably in a way. That'd be kind of weird. But because it's also not far enough in the future to really have that, unless you're going to say he was a missing son of Luke from all his time. But like,
that's what I was thinking, like he's Luke's bastard son.
Yeah, I don't think they'll do that because Sean Levy's been pretty adamant that this is like a standalone.
He's Cade Snow.
Yeah. Cade Snow. I love that. Cade Snow. Every galaxy has a north, so somewhere. But yeah, but I love that idea, though. I do love the idea of that kind of character, though. Kind of like maybe he's force sensitive, but has rejected the force sensitivity. I think that's an idea they could play with because we don't get to see that very much. Like you see, like it's always like the failed Jedi, the dark Jedi. Maybe he's not a dark Jedi. Maybe he's just kind of like someone who, maybe a little like Jod, but like not as like necessarily.
I hope not.
Well, like not like a pirate kind of character, just kind of like a guy that's like he doesn't want to be a Jedi. He has the force possibilities, but he wants to be a pilot. That's what he wants to do. Like, you know what I mean? He doesn't want to be a Jedi. He wants to be a pilot.
I really don't want any force stuff
at all.
I just want a pilot movie. Just give me Top Gun. Just
well,
you got the cinematographer from Top Gun Maverick.
Oh, there's gonna be that.
Let's go. Just give me like full on pilot movie. Maybe this guy's like,
if there's not,
he's like a washed up pilot, like got kicked out of the New Republic Naval Academy. Like he is Maverick, and what a way to get Ed Harris into a movie, huh? I
like your head's on that. Admiral Kane, the Hammer, as in Star Wars, New Republic Admiral. Well, I think I see what you mean by that, and I think you're absolutely right in terms of they don't use that cinematographer for that purpose. That's got to be why they hired him. I mean, that's got to be it's a movie. It's called Starfighter, and it's going to be a very piloting movie. It's going to be a lot of Starfighter pilot. But I think you could still have him be a force sensitive. That's why he's such a good pilot. Like he could be one of those things. Like I mean, for years people were like, "Oh, is Han Solo force sensitive? Is that why he's such a good pilot?" No, Han's really not. He's kind of like maybe he is like.
I mean, everyone is force sensitive, but like it just depends on your degree. Go watch Scotty Jarrah's study on midichlorians that he did. Like everyone is force sensitive. It's just like varying degrees, but it's not like a power level. We're gonna make that clear. It's just like I just want Top Gun, bro.
Well, that's what I'm saying though. But I think you could have it be like that. Like for example, you could have this guy have like force sensitivity. Like maybe Ray or somebody tried to recruit him. And he was like, "Nah, I want to do the Starfighter thing." But he finds a kid who is force sensitive, so he has a connection to the Jedi, so he could be bringing them back. Kind of, it could be one of those stories where you connect the two and I think he shouldn't be a Jedi and shouldn't end up being a Jedi. He should stay a pilot. But having him have that connection could be an interesting way to straddle the line, so to speak. But,
and that's another thing I want to bring up. They said this is standalone. Leave it standalone. No post credits.
Oh,
I am sick of post credit. Dude, I am so sick of post credits. Like, I want to watch Fantastic Four, right?
Right.
You show me Doom for like 5 seconds, if that. Like, I already know Doom's coming up because the next movie is called fucking Doomsday. Right. I don't need you to start promoting the next movie in the movie that I'm watching, because now all I'm gonna hear walking out the movie theater is, "Oh my god, Doom! Oh my god, was that RDJ?" No, like the people's like brain function, like attention span, is so short these days that as soon as like if they do like a 5-second like post credits and Rey appears and she takes this kid from Ryan Gosling, all anyone's going to be talking about is Rey, the next Rey movie. When's the next Rey movie coming? How does this kid connect to Rey? How is Ryan Gosling going to be in a movie with Daisy Ridley? Like, enough.
I get what you're saying, and I don't think we'll have a post-credit scene, but I would actually be surprised if Rey is not at the end of this movie, because it does fit the storyline. Like, if the storyline is what's rumored to be, the storyline is this kid, he's protecting this kid from something.
Again?
Yeah, well, but the idea being maybe he was force sensitive. That's like the rumor or whatever. If that is a story, and he is trying to get them to a Jedi, then Rey is what makes sense story-wise for him to go to. Like, who else are you going to take him to? There's no other Jedi around at that point. Like, so you got to take him to
a Darksider.
Well, there's no doubt. I mean, I guess you could do it that way potentially, but I don't think this is
the
like
Jedi aren't around. So you just take this
story.
kid. You take a kid to someone who knows how to use the Force. Might not be a Jedi.
That's interesting, but I don't see them doing that and Sean Levy doing that movie. To be honest, that'd be a different kind of movie.
You know what I really want? What I would like if we are doing any kind of connectivity, I want Ryan Gosling's character to be Broom Boy.
I would love that.
Because what was the last thing we see Broom Boy looking at in the sky? A ship.
Right. Yeah. That could be cool. Right. That could be very cool. I heard that.
If Ryan Gosling's character turns out to be Broom Boy, I will be stoked at that.
I don't think he can be though. I don't think he's old enough to be. Because like Last Jedi, it's only 5 years after. Because Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker aren't that far apart, and then it's like 5 years.
Depends on the planet. He could age quicker.
Yes, you can go that route. I don't see it happening, but I get what you're saying. I would like to have Broom Boy be one of the kids that greets the kid at the end.
Well, maybe the Broom Boy is the kid.
Right, but I wouldn't be. I think that you're going to put Rey in there to ease Rey back in. I think the movie itself will be standalone overall, but like it'll have that like small connectivity towards the end of it.
So cheap, dude. It's such a to use a wrestling term, it's a cheap pop.
It is, but it's also the vernacular of the time. Also, that's you got to kind of build hype somehow, and that's how they do it. They try to do it that way. So,
as if Ryan Gosling and
I get what you mean.
Matt Smith and Mia Goth isn't enough hype.
No, they're trying to build hype for the next one. That's the thing. That's not building hype for this movie. That's building hype for the next one, potentially.
That's why people, when we had this discussion, that's why people getting sick of this shit.
Well, why?
Because we just got the movie and we know which one's coming next. We don't need you telling us.
Do we? We don't know right now what movie's coming next. Technically, in Star Wars verse, all we know.
I mean, in general, like this whole post credit.
Right. That's fair.
Like make a movie to set up. How about you just make a good movie?
I got it. And Marvel did it to itself because that was part of the Marvel hype back in the day. When Marvel was at its peak, that's what it was doing, because it was leading from story to story to story, and that was the exciting part. But you're right in that the movies were usually just as big as the post-credit scene. That's the difference. And now it's less that way. Now, I agree. It gets annoying when it's all they talk about. I will say Thunderbolts did a good job of it, though. Even with that post-credit scene of the Fantastic Four ship or whatever, I still feel like the talk was more about the Thunderbolts.
Yeah, I'm watching it. I left off the movie.
Oh, the post-credit scene? You didn't?
Yeah, I'd already had it spoiled for me, so there was no point in me
gotcha.
sitting there watching it.
That's fair. Well, I don't think we absolutely are going to agree on this, but that's okay. That's what we're going to do civilly.
When do we ever?
That's true. We actually disagree a lot. very civilly, but we.
I remember Ken Boyer up on a Force Center once. He was like talking about us. He was like, sometimes they bicker quite a bit. I'm like, do we bicker?
I think we do.
I don't know if it's bickering. It's more like a lover's quarrel.
It could be. It could be. And yet we still love working together, and it's impressive that way. So
I think it's because we can't reach through the screen and kill each other.
Right.
Like it keeps us.
Thank God, actually, for me, because you would like, I'd be tapping out in about 2 minutes, probably.
Yeah, that's generous.
That is generous. I'd try to run away. I might be the last guy I'd run away a little bit. All right, cheat. I've got a bottle or something.
Just hit me over the head with the Star Wars sign.
I fight dirty.
Just kick me in the nuts.
Whatever it takes, man. Whatever it takes. I'm no Jedi. I'm not about honor and nobility. I'm about keeping myself alive. All right.
You're a swindler.
Save my ass.
You're a swindler. Right. You are Han Solo.
I am. All right. Next up, before we get into the trailer, one little bit of news that is important for this podcast specifically, I will say, if not the Star Wars universe as a whole. Voice actor, I should say, Jim Cummings was in the news briefly, hinting at more Hondo Ohnaka to come. Oh, the stories I could tell, so many of them true. He was asked about He was asking about Hondo, what could potentially happen. Speaking to the Direct during San Diego Comic-Con, he was asked if we could see Hondo make an appearance at the upcoming Maul Shadow Lord animated series, though he wouldn't confirm anything explicit. He did state, and I quote, "I think you're going to have to stay tuned because Hondo is not done yet." And all I could think was, don't give me hope. Don't give me hope.
Okay. Right. This is what, the third time he said this?
Second, the first time he said something about facial recognition. He had recorded some facial recognition. He said he'd recorded facial recognition for it. Now, this was right around the time that the downloadable content for Outlaws, the Hondo Outlaws downloadable content was released. So I kind of feel like that was what he was talking about. But this is the comment he's saying after that. So this is not that. This has been out for a while. So and to be fair, he's an older gentleman. I don't know if his fingers are on the pulse about when things are released. So maybe he's still talking about Outlaws, not even knowing it's been released yet, potentially. I could be.
Okay.
I don't know. But this does seem to me, he's saying, he didn't say, like, I think we might get, he said that there's more to come, that he is not done yet. That means that he's doing something. What it is, I don't know.
So I was at MGS Con, and the voice actor Brian Cummings was there, who is a voice actor for the Metal Gear Solid franchise. I had a distinct moment of a lapse of memory where I almost walked over to him because we were all in the same hotel, like all the voice actors, the guests, the crew, everyone. We were all in the same hotel. I see him at the bar.
Right.
It is a Hilton hotel bar, so it's a nice bar. And I think I'm going to walk over and I'm going to ask him what the hell is going on with Hondo. And I get like literally couldn't have been any more than 10 steps from the man. I'm like, oh wait, that was Jim Cummings.
I wish you did, because that would have been a story to have.
Bear in mind, I'm sober now, so I wasn't even drunk.
And this is why I love you, Matty.
I was so like, I just heard voice actor Cummings. I was like, you son of a bitch, now's the time.
And yeah, let me get you drunk and ask you. Yeah.
And I was gonna like ask him, and then I have this whole plan in my head of like, I'm gonna ask him, and then I'm gonna like get him to do the Hondo voice, and I'm gonna do a video message for PLD for him to play on the show. Like I had this whole plan in my head, and then I was like, oh shit, that's Jim. I was like, that's Jim Cummings. Fuck.
Oh man, if you ever do see Jim Cummings somewhere, you do have to be able to do that, like record for the show at this point.
We might see him in LA.
That's true.
It'd have to be the Saturday though, because that's the only day I'm planning on going to LA celebration. But
why Saturday specifically?
That's the day that's like popping the most. That's the day that people
Is
have
that
the
what it
most
is?
fun. Yeah,
Okay.
Friday's like day one. Everyone's kind of like it's a hustle and bustle. Everyone's trying to work out everything. Blah 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 blah. Sunday, I never go to Sunday because it's dull, it's boring. There's never anything to do. Saturday's the day where it's like everyone's there.
Like I said, I've only been to one celebration. I'm not a con guy, so I really wouldn't know. I'll probably go more than you will. I'll probably go Friday and Saturday. But even me, unless there's like a specific panel I want to attend on Sunday, then I probably won't go either, to be honest, on Sunday. Last celebration I might have, because I think the animated one, I think there was a animated panel that was on Sunday that I would want to go to, but I don't know about that.
They've played the Siege of Mandalore the last 3 years running.
Oh, really?
On the Sunday, so that's become like the big thing, like playing the Siege of Mandalore on the big screens in the panels. And I'm just like, bro, I can watch that at home.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I can watch that. I can watch that in the hotel.
Right, that's fair. That's fair. But I know you go to like cons every year though, so it's definitely old hat for you. More specifically, that's why I probably do a little more of the con because just experience. But we'll see. I'll see what happens. All right, I think that's enough news. We'll talk now about the trailer real quick. Obviously, the trailer and the poster. By the way, the poster, Mandalorian Grogu poster. Yeah, I loved that poster.
It was so like spaghetti western.
I was going to say, who else would love that poster? George Lucas would love that poster.
And who else probably would have loved that? Would probably love that poster if he liked Star Wars. Quentin Tarantino.
Quentin Tarantino, absolutely.
That is a very Tarantino like poster.
It's awesome. It's kind of funny. I remember like feeling like, oh my god, Grogu's on the poster 3 times. There's like this complete. I'm like, dude, who cares? That's like what they used to do. That's just how they used to do things. Exactly.
What I love as well is like and I was talking to my friend Mike about this. The title's in the middle.
Right.
A lot of like the new Hollywood posters, you'll have like the cast and like the characters and everything. The name will be like right down at the bottom.
Right.
So you're just like, oh, who are those characters? Oh, Star Wars. Like it's right smack dab in the middle.
Boom.
The Mandalorian and Grogu.
Yeah.
Font looks cool.
I love that logo.
Still hate the title.
I've always hated the title. Yeah.
Actually,
to be honest with you, I almost think it would be even better, slightly better, if they just switched it around and Grogu and the Mandalorian. That actually sounds even a little better.
Grogu and the Anzellans.
Well, that's a different story entirely. You gotta have the Mando in the title, I guess. But let's get into the trailer itself. It was labeled a trailer, but in real honesty, it was more of a teaser than anything else. It was a 90-second teaser.
Yeah, tomato.
I think it's important only because like people in this day and age with the way that teasers and trailers work, like it's the way the first thing that you do is a teaser, and that usually doesn't give you much story wise. It just kind of gives you a few images, a few quick threads, like it gets the characters in there, and doesn't tell you much. And that's exactly what this teaser does. Well, a trailer is that one that usually just goes, okay, this is a little bit more what the story is. And people there's a lot of people like, this trailer was hit or miss for some people. And I get a little bit, but I think mostly it's because people are just being extremely harsh on it. Because I'm like looking at, they expected to know everything.
Wow, me. It didn't.
Okay.
I was like, but here's the thing. It doesn't have to wow you every time.
I agree. To me, I understand that we want to hype it up because we want to get hyped because it's the first Star Wars thing back in the theaters. Star Wars has had some issues here and there, although should be on a high right now after Endor, which won all the Emmys and did really well, and Endor had been this big success. This should be a big thing. However, I think that we got to keep in mind it is a 90-second teaser. All it's basically supposed to do is, here's the Mandalorian, here's a Grogu, here's a few characters, here's a few beats. Here's that rousing score, which I gotta be honest, hearing that score again hit me a lot harder than I thought it would. I was like, oh, I kind of missed this. I kind of missed this score ever because I hadn't really listened to it in a while. I was like, oh, nice. I think it did exactly what it needed to do. Here it is, and now we'll get more later on. Maybe I don't necessarily need more, but it'd be nice to hype up everybody else a little bit more. So. Tell me what you thought. You just said it didn't wow you. What did you think about it?
It was cool. The band's getting back together.
Yeah, I get that.
We've known, and again, this is the curse of being. It's what's the Thanos quote? The curse of knowledge.
All right. Yeah.
We know what the plot is. They're gonna be going to rescue the Hutt, from crime lord. Yeah,
Rada.
Yeah, Rada, and like, yeah, we already know what the story is going to be, and
Kinda, yeah.
it's like cool. I mean, it looks badass. The action looks cool. The action looks a lot more. I don't want to say gritty, but getting push kicked into a bar window like that looks like it fucking hurt. So, there's also a part of me that's like, I know Pedro only probably showed up for about 3 days. That I'm just kind of like, eh. Not okay, not but like when it's close to, it's kind of like when you're setting up a date with someone and you're like, okay, we're gonna meet in like 2 weeks' time. You're like, cool. And then it gets close to the time, you start getting the butterflies, you start getting like the, oh, whoa, this is gonna be happening, what's gonna happen? Like, we're still so far off that I'm just kind of like, cool, man, I already knew the movie was coming.
Right, yeah, I get that. I will say I threw in there a couple things exciting.
Yeah, and Zellens. That got me.
That's true. I liked the Anzellans.
Are we gonna see a heist? Like, because Grogu and the Anzellans are like, it's like that scene in Ocean's 11 where they're going in the sewers to set up the blip.
Oh, I think we're definitely seeing a heist. I think one of the scenes there is the end there, towards the middle of it, was them in a hut vault of some kind. When they're facing the big droid or robot kind of monster thing, kind of things. Those look like they were in front of a hut vault, a hut cartel vault. So it looks like, because it had the seal of the Hut Clan on it, Jabba's seal or whatever it says. So I bet you he's supposed to be sealing something at that point. So I agree. I think that it's definitely gonna be a heist aspect to it, which is good for me. I like the Anzellans involved in that. That makes sense to me. Have them with
good
Grogu,
shot, baby. Good shot, baby. I replayed like 3 times.
Funny, people thought that was like Grogu talking.
No,
is that first Grogu's words? I'm like, no, that was.
Why would Grogu be saying that?
I know, as I'm saying. I was like,
it's the way he said it as well. It was like he was saying "Aktung, baby."
Yeah, I love that. I did love that. I also, one thing got me hyped, even though I got it for a second, we knew who's in there, but I liked seeing Zeb cracking some buckets.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was cool. I like seeing him in action in live action. We knew he was going to be in there, but it's the first time we're getting like action of him in live action, really. So I'm happy to see that. Not sure exactly what role he's playing as far as the story itself goes. Right, but like, is Zeb part of the heist? Is Zeb there to help in? We don't know as it is, but
I reckon he's probably going to be like the guy that Sigourney sends to keep Mando in check. Like the Walker in Mission Impossible Fallout. Only not a bad guy.
Well, not a bad guy.
Like Sigourney is going to send him to be like, hey, keep him in line.
Not the second best bad guy in the franchise.
Which is a fact. Now we have confirmed it. Sorry, Jarvis.
Sorry, Jarvis. We love you. I did like seeing Sigourney Weaver. It was nice to see her. Obviously, get to know that she's a general, according to her placard, that she's a general in the New Republic. As long as that means.
I will say she does need to slow down with this is going to be way better than Andor stuff. Like Sigourney, slow down. Like don't set yourself up for that kind of like
backlash.
Yeah,
I mean, she has been very talk about Alien Earth that well, right? True.
Even if it's true, even if there's
say something about that real quick. I hate the fact that both sides are kind of using each other against each other. Like, I love Andor. Andor is probably one of the best written Star Wars things I've seen. It was dark and it was impressive, and storytelling was very adult, and I loved it. But not, I will say it's a Star Wars outlier, and that it's not what every Star Wars should be. So I love going from Andor to more of a fun, pew swaggering adventure kind of thing, which is what this is, and that's not a bad thing at all. Like,
no, it's not.
I wouldn't want Mandalorian to be Andor.
So I have such a respect for Sigourney Weaver to be like, I don't want her getting pulled into this. I don't want her getting pulled into the online Star Wars debate. about
Right.
which one's better, because we know how toxic those waters are, as you just incorrectly put. Like Sigourney Weaver, I'm like, don't that you're going down a road that you don't want to go down.
I think the one thing she's actually is tough enough to handle it, so I'm okay with it. But yeah, you're right. She should probably let's back off here. But I think it's going to be. I honestly think it'll probably end up being more Star Wars-y than Andor was, and that's not a knock on Andor at all. It just feels like this. That's more Star Wars than Andor was.
Tony Gilroy probably take that as a compliment.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Absolutely, and I think I love that Andor exists. Give me both. I would love to see more Andor stuff. I would love to see another adult, gritty, dark series, especially the one Tony Gilroy mentioned, like the Nazi hunters post episode 6 show. He mentioned.
Did you get one of the zines?
No, I didn't.
You didn't get any one? Okay, I've got 3, so I'll have to send you one.
Oh, nice, very great.
But he managed to grab it. Yeah. I got one of the what is it? What's the name of the? I can't remember the name of the store, but it was a store in Burbank, and Star Wars Mo hit me up and told me like all the locations, because she had a whole like a stack of them on her it was like on one of her Instagram stories. She had like a stack on her car seat, and I was like, where the hell did you get those? Nice. They sent me the list, and I was just like, right. I braved, like, I don't know what it is in Fahrenheit, but 56 degrees Celsius, boiling hot with my ivory complexion.
Ivory. Such a nice way to put it, right?
Ghost-like complexion. But
goth metal-like complexion, basically.
It's just English. It's British English complexion.
You know I love you. You know I bust your balls, as it were. It looks good on you, man. It looks good on you. I mean, I'm not allowed to talk. I'm not exactly a bastion of color myself.
You're not? I thought the Italian part of you would be.
You would think so, right? You would think so. No, but I don't like the sun. I'm like, I work at night, so I don't go out in the day, and it's all it's what it is. But all right. Also, the trailer. Let's see. I did like the AT-AT sequence. Looked kind of cool. I think the effects aren't quite done, but it still looked kind of a cool shot. I like to see.
I didn't even notice.
I loved that aspect. The question I do have is the Razor Crest appears to be back, and of course, some people lost their mind about it. Well, that's it feels like it's a Razor Crest type.
It's a Razor Crest.
And people are losing their mind. They're losing their mind. Like, oh, they're ignoring I'm like, they're not ignoring anything. It's just like you don't know what's going on yet. You've seen 90 seconds of the film. Like, if that, I'm sure there's an explanation. I'm sure there's a reason. I'm sure there's something going on that he took a different ship. I'm sure it's not the same ship, and I'm sure I'm not ignoring it. But it's interesting to see him back in a Razor Crest type ship, which is fine. Yeah, but at the end of the day, I'll say this: I'm happy it got released. I'm happy to see something for it. I am looking forward to a next trailer. I want to see one more trailer before. I like seeing one more trailer before I get into the theaters. And I'm just excited to have Star Wars back on the big screen.
Just the one more. That's all we need. Just one more trailer. Don't give us. We're gonna give us 3 more. Don't give us 5 more. Don't give.
We're getting 2 more. We're getting 2 more. We're gonna get about 30 TV spots, but I just want the one more.
I hate the TV spots.
I don't actually. I will, even as a Star Wars news podcaster, I will not watch the TV spots. Just so everybody knows, I will watch all the trailers and I will report back.
They ruin the whole thing all the time.
That's what the TV spots usually are the worst. I had to say, I think they're the ones that are the worst usually.
The only TV spots there should ever be on a show is the next week on. I
agree. I like that.
That's it.
I like that.
You know, like the old school shows like that we would grow up on, that like you would get the episode and then you would get like 2 minutes afterwards. Yeah. Next week on whatever, blah, blah. Frasier or blah blah blah.
Right.
Which I've been rewatching Frasier recently. I don't know why.
Why not? Why not?
I've never actually watched Cheers. Like I watched Frasier before, like I've even watched Cheers.
Oh, really? That's an interesting vantage point. I wonder how that would hit.
I think after I've done my full Frasier rewatch, I'm gonna like go watch it. How many seasons of Cheers were there?
I gotta say, there's probably at least 9. I'm gonna guess.
Oh my god!
I'm gonna guess. I don't remember off the top of my head. That sounds like.
Jeez.
Let me see. I'm kind of curious. Cheers were there. This is riveting television, I'm sure. Oh, I'm sorry. There is 11 seasons of Cheers.
Awesome.
Good luck to you, my friend. Good luck to you, my friend. You've already committed to it now, though. You can't back out now.
I think it's because I come home from work like quite early, so it's like on. It's like one of the first things daytime television. So I'm just like, oh, I'll put this on and I'll go to sleep.
It's good. Those sitcom-y kind of things are very nice to do that too. Kind of like they're easy watches. You don't have to lower. You just kind of got to sit there. I do that all the time with Scrubs. I do that with I did the Big Bang Theory, Scrubs. I did that with Ted Lasso.
Everybody Hates Raymond is another good one. Everybody Loves Raymond. That's another good one.
A couple of ones I've done that with recently, but Shrinking I did that again with. I love that. Can't wait for that one to come back.
Harrison Ford was fucking rubbed.
He was rubbed. Absolutely, he was rubbed. That was like the one Emmy I kind of cared about. It's funny. Like I'm happy Star Wars won what it's. I'm glad. I'm so excited Andor won what it won for the writing.
Wait, Harrison Ford lost to Star Wars?
No. I'm saying that was the I said Shrinking was the Harrison Ford Emmy was the only Emmy I really cared about.
Oh, okay.
Like if Star Wars hadn't won anything, I'd been like I didn't expect it to win anything. I was happy that Andor won the writing one because it was for Welcome to Rebellion, my favorite Andor episode. It was something I hadn't seen before. Somebody somewhere, I can't remember the guy's name. I've heard good things about it.
Was it Stephen Graham? Was it for adolescents?
No, it wasn't that. Because it was the Somebody Somewhere or something like that was the name of the show. It was a show I hadn't even actually heard of. I heard from somebody it's a good performance, but I'm kind of like, yeah, I don't care if it's a good performance. It's Harrison Ford, and he deserves a show. That was the only one I cared about.
Has he ever won any award?
Not big, I don't believe he's ever because this was his first Emmy nomination.
He's never won an Oscar either.
He's had one Academy Award nomination for Witness, but he didn't win it.
Damn, that motherfucker's so punk.
Yeah, absolutely. So
I hope he never wins one. I hope he goes down as like the greatest actor to never win an Oscar, so he can just be like.
Well, I'm sorry, Ed Harris has already gotten that title. So
I thought Ed Harris won one.
He's had 4 nominations.
What?
Nominated for Apollo 13 and lost to Kevin Spacey. He got nominated for Truman Show.
They should retroact because of all the stuff with Kevin Spacey. I feel like Kevin Spacey should probably like give the.
Absolutely, he got nominated for Truman Show and lost to Christopher Plummer for Adaptation, I think it was, and it was like one of those kind of like career awards that never should have won. He got nominated for Pollock, and he lost to Russell Crowe, Gladiator. Was it Gladiator? Yeah, Gladiator.
Kind of got to give him that.
I don't know. I think actually Pollock was actually a better performance. He was good. Trust me, I like Gladiator. Russell Crowe was great, but I think the Pollock performance was harder. I think, but that's okay. And then he got nominated for I don't remember who he faced. I can't remember who he faced in 2003 for the Virginia Woolf movie. Something Plath movie, but he played the AIDS guy. I can't remember who he lost to on that one. Kind of curious.
Doesn't matter. It was it's between Harrison Ford and then Harris for the greatest actor to never win an Oscar.
Yeah, you're right. It absolutely is. But I'm just kind of surprised that it was the movie he was in was the Hours. That's what I remember. I just don't remember what won that year.
I didn't watch that one.
It's a good one. Maybe he's only in a small bit of it. It's him and Meryl Streep back together. Beautiful. So anyway, but moving on, let's go on at this point. We're kind of going way off target here.
Staying on target.
Stay on target. Although getting Ed Harris in Star Wars before he goes would be awesome for me. So let's make that happen. I don't care if it's a show or it's a movie. Get it done. But anyway, I like the movie. I like the trailer. I think we're good with the trailer. I want to see more. Hopefully it is a fun big return to the screen. So all right, before we wrap things up, let's talk rebuild the galaxy. I keep wanting to say restore the galaxy, and it's rebuild because it is Legos after all. This is an ongoing series. I don't know if we're going to get more or not. I don't know how these things get viewed. We got this one after the last one, so maybe if it gets the same kind of view, we'll get more. What were your initial thoughts?
I thought it was fun. I like these. I like the Lego stuff, like Lego Batman movie and the Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy. Like, it's fun. Is it incredible? Like cinema? No, but it's fun.
It's hard to review. It is hard to review because there's not a whole lot to say. But I will say what it does best is they've put themselves in a great place by shaking up the galaxy that they can play with tropes even more than they could with a straight story, because they can do the whole like I've loved the whole bit of the good guys and bad guys kind of switching sides, getting like the Darth Vader and White, getting the like Palpatine the Jedi, seeing Darth that's right, Darth Maul, Darth Jar Jar,
which by the way,
Darth
if people
Nubs.
don't know, Sam Witwer actually has a band, and he is actually a really good singer. I have their album on vinyl. He's actually, he's a really good singer.
I did not know that. I actually was wondering that was him singing it.
It is.
It was.
Yeah.
Great. It made sense. It did sound like him, so I wasn't like too shocked. But like, that's good to know. That was actually one of my favorite parts, by the way. That if I had to like pick favorite parts, him singing "Duel of Fates" was just great. What was the actual line he used? Like, I wrote it down somewhere. What is it? God, I can't remember what I wrote.
It's like fabulous, 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 or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Ain't I fabulous? Ain't I fabulous? Something like that. It was pretty funny. That was actually the funniest thing that happened the entire thing. I gotta say, Maul
really
being frozen. I thought that was the one I actually laughed out loud and wanted to I paused that, rewinded that back again. Oh, so fabulous! Oh, so fabulous! Oh, so fabulous!
So fabulous! That's it.
So fabulous! Oh, so fabulous!
I will say, I love that they do not take themselves seriously at all. They're bringing Revan into it, and Revan not saying a word, because obviously in Knights of the Old Republic, you can be a male character, or you can be a female character, and like I think it was Alex Damon who said that he would have thought it would be funny if like you had a prompt or like to come up like a speech prompt of like what Revan was going to say, and then they just like select that line, and like you don't actually get a voice, you just see like a subtitle come up. I thought that would have been a really really great idea.
That was fun.
Jackson
having him not talk though
awesome.
Was a good idea. I was like, it's a fun idea because technically in canon we don't know what he is. I mean, in the Legends canon, he was like technically officially made a male because he was in the story as a male, but whatever. Like, but as far as this Star Wars, this is the first time we're seeing him in Star Wars canon per se, and we don't know what he is. He could be a guy, it could be a girl. We don't know. So we're still open to imagination at this point. I like that. That was a fun way to troll. It was a fun way to troll.
I loved that. And another like little trolling thing was the use of Jackson.
Ben Schwartz voicing perfect voice for that character.
I thought I didn't know for sure if that was Ben Schwartz, because I was like, is that no? But then like I fucking love the line of like you probably haven't heard of me because I'm a real deep cut.
Yeah. Nice. I like that. I like that one.
Like when he holds up the blaster and he was like, you ever hear about the story of the carrot and the stick? And he pulls out the blaster and goes, I'm all about the stick.
That's good. That's good. I like right away the scroll hopping did right in the beginning, and Servo being like tossing his voice all over the promo. I loved that bit. It was definitely Taika Waititi influence. I kind of felt like in that at all.
I thought that too. That was very Taika.
I mean, it wasn't him voicing it, but it basically was in that vibe of what he would do. I'm kind of surprised I didn't try to get him because he's in the Star Wars universe. Obviously, he's done the IG voice before. He directed a few episodes. He's supposedly still doing a Star Wars movie at some point. Servo, great alarm clock server. I need that alarm clock. Which really wakes you up. Really did that.
I love some of the Servo's lines that were like that wouldn't come back to haunt us in any way.
Servo was kind of like our intro, our entryway into the show. Pretty much, I loved seeing it. Everything he was saying, what we would say. Pretty much, I love that. Love the Mandalorian.
Yes, I was just about to bring that, and especially like
his name is Grogu, baby.
You have a party with a mythosaur? Crazy. Was that Billy D doing the voice?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I feel like they do a great job of like getting the original actors, unless it's somebody like huge. Like, I mean, Harrison Ford didn't come back to do Han Solo, obviously. And I think there's a few like Ewan McGregor didn't do Obi-Wan. It was James Arnold Taylor.
Yeah.
But that's but everybody else, a lot of them came back. Like Lando came back, or Billy D. Williams came back. Alan Tudyk obviously came back and did K2SO. And obviously Ahsoka. Well, she's a voice actress anyway. It's not Rosario Dawson, but it's Ashley Eckstein.
It's Ashley Eckstein, yeah.
Which makes sense. I think Dominic Monaghan did Cal Kestis, I believe.
He did.
Or not Dominic Monaghan. I'm sorry.
That's Cameron Monaghan.
Cameron Monaghan. Dominic Monaghan is the Hobbit. And also,
Cameron Monaghan is like
Rise of Skywalker too.
Cameron Monaghan's like 6'2". Dominic Monaghan's like 5'5".
4'2". 4'2". It's an Hobbit. He's really a Hobbit, damn it. Very married though. He's very married. Like I did there. Love the fact they got Dan Stevens to do Solstice's voice. I love Dan Stevens. He's one of my favorite actors.
I got to talk about this character, Solstice.
Do it up.
Someone on that writing cast is a Metal Gear Solid fan.
Oh, talk to me.
There is a character in Metal Gear Solid 2 who first gets introduced as President George Sears.
Okay.
Later turns out to be Solidus Snake, the third brother of Liquid and Solid, and he picks the two brothers against each other to acquire more power.
Oh, wow.
Like, so this guy, Solidus, is pitching brother versus brother against each other so he can gain the more power. I was like, I know what you're fucking doing.
I wouldn't have known that. I'm impressed.
There you go. Because when I first heard the name, I was like, Solidus? No, like surely not. But then it was Solidus with a T instead of a D.
Perfect.
But, yeah.
Perfect.
That was all of these. If I'd have been on that big round table interview with the makers of this show, that would have been my question. Like, which one of you is a Metal Gear Solid fan?
Which one of you, motherfucker? Reveal yourself.
One thing I really, really did like was, I liked it, but it also kind of ripped me to shreds. Seeing Padme with Luke and Leia.
The Skywalker group hug.
And then there was the line that really pulled at my heart, which was, Leia, you remind me of me.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a bit funny like this. It should pull at your heartstrings too much, but there are times where it's like, yeah, it is great. It is
like Sig's big speech to get everyone together as well. There's some really heartfelt moments in this, but that one was like, that really got me.
That was the moment. I love Sig too. Sig is a great character. I think he's a fun addition to the Star Wars lore. Even though I know it's not canon, I get that. Doesn't really matter though. It's funny because like I'm rewatching Stranger Things with my son, actually showing my son Stranger Things. We're in season 3 now. So Galen Matarazzo as Dustin voices Siggy, and I love hearing his voice again. I think he's a fun actor. I think he deserves more. I think he's actually a pretty damn good actor, and I will hope to get to see him in other things as well. I'm glad we got him, and of course, Pointer Valori, also another great actor, to play the brother. Siggy's brother. So they have a great chemistry. They have great chemistry there together. I love seeing that as well.
Did he have the Winter Soldier arm in the first season?
I thought he did. I kind of thought that too, but I'm not sure.
I don't remember where he got it, but I was like,
I couldn't remember either. But I thought he did.
Look like a mix of Kylo Ren and the Winter Soldier.
It is a little bit, isn't it? It is kind of. Huh. What else we got?
R2 being shot out of the ship like a missile.
I like what they do. They use the words, they use quotes all the time, and it's like, but they do it. It's one of the things where if you do a joke overly amount of time, it becomes funny again. Like you could get to a point where it's kind of like, okay, you're saying the same thing. We get it. I know what you mean there, but they do it so much that they reinvert it and re-subvert it that like it makes it work again.
It was inverted.
It is exactly. Exactly. They gave him the finger. I love the. Like when they like Amanda told me this is the way, that stuff, and this is the way. You know what's trolling? I love
the splitting up of the try spinning.
Yes,
that's a good trick. Like between the two brothers.
I loved also the trolling they did of the fans, and that's what this does. Every once in a while, like because we talk about the Star Wars discourse sucks sometimes, and we really hate it and everything else. But I wish it'd go back to the days where like we could kind of make fun of ourselves a little bit and be happy about it. And this is what this does every once in a while, like the whole big Snoke pit. And the guy goes, "Who's Snoke?" It doesn't really matter.
It doesn't really matter.
Like, they're making fun of us. And I love they're making fun of us because you get to make fun of yourselves. And we do take things so seriously sometimes. Sometimes it's, it is a cigar, it's just a cigar. Like, but I love that bit. That made me smile a lot. So
that I actually had that as my comedy moment because I before like we talked about like what we're actually how we're going to talk about this. I had it all split up. That was actually going to be my comedy moment for episode 3.
Nice, very nice, very nice. I did not do it our usual way. I apologize for that. I kind of felt like this was when I was watching it, kind of more of like a greatest hits instead of a.
I do have one beef with this show.
Go ahead, go right ahead. Absolutely, throw it there.
We got Peg Leg Darty. Hilarious. You're telling me you're gonna give us all these pirates, but not the one we want.
Yeah, I did have that beef too. We had a Andor and a pirate Amidala, and there's no.
That wasn't Diego voicing Andor, was it?
I don't think so. I don't
don't even think that was a Mexican person.
I don't think so either. It was a little rough on us. I was kind of like, oh.
Yeah. When I heard the voice, I was like,
what are you doing here?
I'm gonna double check myself before I say that, but
if we're wrong, we're wrong. I get it, but like, yeah, it definitely wasn't Diego. It was definitely not Diego.
It didn't sound like Diego.
No. Why are you looking for it?
Andre Sugliuzzo. Okay, so it's an Italian guy. Well, sounds Italian.
Maybe. Definitely not Diego. You can say that.
Definitely not Diego.
Love the subthermal detonator. Nice little play on words. It's like a little fun like freeze bomb thing. I like that. I did like that. Dianoga being the worst thing that's happened to me. Love that. Love that. Battle Ball.
Dude. Phil Lamar, one of the greatest, not only people, having like met him at MGSCon, but like one of the best voice actors ever. Like him doing Darth Kit Fisto.
Right.
Like, it's just his voice. You know it when you hear it.
Yeah. 100%. 100%. Always loved how many like Palpatine twisting attacks we got. Like every time he was on screen, we're gonna that sound effect.
I love like light side. I love light side Palpatine. I love light side Darth Vader.
Yeah, so good.
Like they continue the bit of Lego Darth Vader being stupid as well, which I think is great. Like Leia marrying Greedo too.
Yeah, I don't know anymore after the first one, so gotta keep it that way. Last thing I'll say, I loved the bit of BB wing, having a BB wing.
Oh yeah, the BBA wing.
I was like, that is cinema right there. That particular part.
That is
cinema. That is cinema.
Let's see if I got anything else.
Anything else you want to throw in there?
You probably haven't had me because of deep cut.
While you're throwing,
the Porgils.
Porgils were good. That was a good combination. Yes, I did like that. I also like Darth Plagueis, the long-winded, which is fun.
Which we don't even know because we've never heard him speak.
Right, that's funny, man. That's something to live up to now, I guess.
Oh, dude, how the fuck could we leave this out? The kaiju battle between K2SO and Chewbacca.
Love that. Big block Chewbacca was awesome.
That was like a full-on kaiju battle.
It was. That was great. That was so good.
I wish that Alan Tudyk could have got more to do. But
I feel like they did undercut him a little bit. They get it does feel like this could have used like another episode or two, maybe to really kind of like spread it out a little bit and give you more time with some of these things, or potentially.
Yeah, and it did feel a little bit rushed.
A little rushed, but I mean, it is what it is, kind of thing for this kind of show, and maybe it's probably cheaper to do this way. So kind of, let's do a quick 4-episode thing. It seems I guess it's kind of weird, but like between this, like Eyes of Wakanda, Marvel Zombies and stuff, like 4-episode quick hit seems to be something that Disney is liking to
And
do.
how long Eyes of Wakanda is?
Just Eyes of Wakanda is 4 episodes. I'm 99% sure. I actually haven't watched Eyes of Wakanda yet, but that's what I've heard or remember. Marvel Zombies, same thing.
It's not about T'Challa though, is it? Eyes of Wakanda.
I don't know what it is. I have not seen anything about what it is, to be honest with you. I know Ryan Coogler had things involved with it. Ryan Coogler was involved in some way, shape, or form, but like I think it's not. I think it's about I don't think it's about Chala, I don't think. Because they haven't recast Chala yet, so.
Okay. We'll end on this and then we'll get into the announcement. Say they did a Star Wars zombie. Who you got 3 characters that you can put as zombies.
That I want to see as a zombie?
That you want to see as a zombie. Who are you picking?
Chewbacca.
Oh, dude, Zombie Chewie would be awesome.
Zombie Chewie.
Yeah.
I can't tell if I want to do Hondo as a zombie or Hondo reacting to zombies. I almost feel like I want to do Hondo reacting to zombies.
Yeah, Hondo would be good for like the Shaun of the Dead style.
Right. That part of it. I kind of feel like him reacting would be funnier. You could have funny moments with Hondo reacting to zombies.
He would be like Woody Harrelson in Zombieland.
Right, exactly. That is the cool thing. So Chewie, maybe Jabba. You already walk slow as it is. Just big slug Jabba zombie. Then who my third would be? I almost want to say Maul, but I feel like Maul almost already looks like a zombie almost. So I feel like I'd want to do something a little different. Why do something out there?
And he just never dies.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. He just keeps coming back.
He does keep coming back, so he's technically a zombie.
That's true. Maybe I'll go with Mon Mothma zombie.
Oh.
There we go. Mon Mothma, Jabba the Hutt, Chewbacca. Those are my zombies.
That's good.
How about you?
I'm gonna go. Who would be terrifying if they came back? Tarkin.
Ooh.
Like a zombie Tarkin, just
right. I love that.
Rising up from the ashes of the Death Star somehow.
Ooh, similarly, zombie Thrawn.
Yeah.
Zombie Thrawn would be freaking cool.
Like the whole let's pitch this whole thing as like the Night Sisters are like trying to take over the galaxy and they're like
right.
dead people.
Right.
So I'm gonna go Tarkin 1. I'm gonna go. God, who would like be fucking terrifying?
Oh, while you're changing, I'm gonna change out Mothma. I like Mothma too much. I'm gonna keep her as Lightsider. And this is funny because I'm actually gonna put a Lightsider in there. Kanan.
Oh,
heartbreaking. Heartbreaking.
You're giving me my second one.
Kanan zombie.
You've just given me my second one. Cassian.
Oh, yeah, very similar. Oh yeah.
The one that they're like, I don't want to have to kill you.
Right, and Bix is on the good side.
Oh, yeah, Bix is the one that's
it's Bix, Ezra,
or it's the kid. Like Bix and Cassian's kid has to be the one to put Cassian down.
That could probably be Bix and Cassian's kids on the scene. Ezra and Jason are there for Kanan. Oh, I love it. And Hondo's just flying them all around, and Hondo's one does it all.
Give me a zombie Rancor, because they're fast.
If Hondo is on our good guy team, do we have a zombie Katsuni?
Do we have the zombie Ugnaught?
Melcher. Love it. I'm all for it.
Zombie Quill.
Love it.
Okay. I think that's time done, I think.
It's about that time.
Let's do it.
Do it up.
So PLD and I have been talking about how we can expand on the show, what things we can do different, how can we kind of diversify and not just be a Star Wars podcast that just gives the same talking points, talks about the same things here and there. So I was like, how about we mix in a little bit of class action? I started this off with the Kurosawa video that I did. And then I was like, PLD, why don't we do one together? The two of us with a movie that you have seen, because it's been a forever since you watched Kurosawa, so I wasn't going to put you in on that. So we are starting Holy Snokes, the Hyperion collection, which is going to be myself, PLD if he's available. Sometimes I may pull in PJ Campbell. I may pull in some guests. We're going to talk about movies that have either influenced Star Wars, like Star Wars has had an influence on. So maybe like, I don't know, one day we talk about Treasure Planet. I'd love to do an episode. We already did a class action with PJ, but I would love to do like a full, like in-depth episode on that. We could talk about Dune, like the 68 Dune. We could talk about the new Dunes. We could talk about Hidden Fortress. We could talk about American Graffiti. If we're going back to like early George stuff. So in the first film we're going to do in, I guess, a month's time, following on from the success of Andor, we are going to do Michael Clayton, Tony Gilroy's cult classic. I would say it's a cult classic, wouldn't you?
I think so. I mean, it's more than a cult classic, but at least a cult classic. It's definitely well received. It's actually Tony Gilroy's most notable work. I mean, you could say that Andor might have surpassed it. Was that
more than Bourne?
Oh well, but he directed it. Like that's his his all the way. I mean, he definitely was involved in the Bourne franchise and stuff like that, but this was like his big work as far as like solo. Andor might have approached at that point, but I don't know because I'm in the Star Wars bubble. So for me, it's Andor. But I know Andor has made waves as well. But definitely outside of that, Michael Clayton was a big success for him. So I agree. Michael that's a good one to do.
I rewatched the "Do I Look Like I'm Negotiating" scene the other day.
Yes. So good.
Clooney, man, like Clooney's that era of George Clooney was unstoppable.
Unstoppable, so good. So yeah, I think that's a good thing to do. We have a couple things coming up on the podcast as well. Obviously, I'm still doing news here and there as I do it. We're gonna try to be every other week. If things happen, we put we were supposed to be last week, but that's because I was dumb and I read about Rebuild the Galaxy coming out on the 13th, and that was like the first one from 2024, so I just had the wrong date, so I pushed it back a week to do that. But I'll come and do another news episode at some point, and I also do a lot of these thematic things. One of the things we talked about, I'll throw it out there too. We'll throw it out there. We're gonna do an episode on the Great Hondo Onaka because how have we not done that yet?
Yeah, how we haven't done that, but now we got time to do stuff like this.
Got time to do stuff like that. Absolutely. But just other reviews coming up as well. The Visions is coming out soon in October, so I'll have to do an episode on Visions, and we might do more than one episode on Visions, depending on. Might break it up into like half the.
We got the ILM stuff as well. We didn't do that.
We never did the ILM stuff. We could do that as well at some point. Got a lot of stuff we're gonna do here and there. I'll try to throw in some news as much as I can when big news happens, and go from there as well. But yeah, I think there's a lot of stuff to come. I think we're definitely going to try to make our name for ourselves in a different fashion than other Star Wars podcasts, because there's a million of them out there. So why do you choose us unless you just like us? And that's cool too. If you just like us and like to hear us bicker, and that's what we're here for. But we're going to try to give you stuff that maybe you don't find everywhere else. I mean, we're going to give you a little bit of that too, because we're not talking news. I want to talk reviews of when shows come out. We do want
we got to get you in somehow.
Absolutely. Fair enough. All right, Matty, where can the folks find you?
You can find me on all social media at Matty Morna. You can find my band Morna on all social media platforms. Just put out a collaboration with my friend Fingers, who's under F1. Basically, just replaced the I and the E with a 1 and a 3. Just released our collaboration with him, which went down really great. So thank you to everyone who's checked that out. It's now available everywhere. It was just on Bandcamp for a little bit, but it's now on all streaming platforms. So go check that out. And yeah, that's about it.
All right. Sounds you can find me all over this podcast, as you can see, this channel, I should say. PJ Campbell and I are still doing our 2 Middle-Aged Geeks on Film, and got a lot of stuff going on there. Our main channel is doing our main episodes, which are every other week on the main channel. Right now, we're in the Ghostbusters / Men in Black crossover season that we are doing. We just did Men in Black 2 this past Tuesday on the Patreon, patreon.com/PLD Projects. We are doing our entire MCU run. I just rewatched Captain America Civil War. That's our next episode. It's going to air next week.
With the great juicy, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So join the Patreon. You got a bunch of MCU stuff that we've rewatched. That will come in the main channel eventually. If you can't afford the Patreon, I completely understand that, but you can help us out other ways, like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff.
Channel memberships too now, right?
Channel memberships as well. Absolutely. Same deal there. Also, I also got review I did with Lego. We just did our Big Finish V reviews. That just came out yesterday. Was our second review of the second Big Finish project. We're also going to be doing some review with Jason type stuff, similar to the Hyperion project for Star Wars. We do that with review. And the next things we're doing are actually adjacent. We're going to do Watchers 1 and Watchers 2, because interestingly enough, those two films have V connections. The first one stars Michael Ironside, who played Ham Tyler in the V: The Final Battle, and Watchers 2, unrelated, stars Mark Singer, who played Mike Donovan in the V. So it's kind of like a V back-to-back connection there. Watchers 1 and 2, that's our next thing we're doing there. Crown Jewels will hopefully be coming back soon. I took a couple of weeks of hiatus of that, trying not to fit scheduling in. It's been tough. I'm on the infamous and divisive Hot Space album, so we'll get back to that soon. And yeah, that'll do it. And we will see you next time here on Holy Snokes. I'm not sure exactly what our next episode is going to be. We'll talk about that and figure out the schedule soon, and then we'll let you know. But until then, as always,
may the Force be with you. Always.